All right, guys, welcome back to another One Piece TCG video. So in the last video, I went over my deck for the ST21 Red Monkey D. Luffy. This is the new starter deck leader, which I really like. I've been having a lot of fun with him lately, playing on the sim and in person at locals. And in that video, I got some really positive feedback, which was really unexpected. You know, a lot of people liked the video. They said they wanted to see some gameplay. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys some sim gameplay. Now I'm going to go over the deck again just really quickly. I went over it in depth last time, so if you want to watch that video, it's a more detailed breakdown of the deck and all the combos within it. So I'll leave a link to that video in the description of this video, and then I'll also leave a link to this deck list from Cardi Kaizoku's website. Shout out Cardi Kaizoku. If you want to check out the deck list on the website, you can copy and paste it into the sim and check out the prices for the deck and all that, which is really cool. So anyways, let's go over the deck again real quickly and then we'll get into some gameplay. So ST21 Luffy is a 5,000 power, 5 life red leader. He has an ability Dawn ×1, activate main. Once per turn, give one of your characters up to 2 rested Dawn cards. So this is going to synergize very well with a lot of cards from the ST21 starter deck, of course, and some cards from the ST01 starter deck as well. This is just a pure red rush aggressive deck, right? And we don't have too many on plays in this deck, which is really good against Blackbeard. I don't know about you guys and your local meta, right? It could be completely different, but where I'm playing at in my area, it's nothing but Blackbeard and Shanks in my locals. So I think this deck does pretty well into both of them. So yeah, I've been kind of tired of losing to Blackbeard, so I built this deck to have not too many on plays just for that reason. So anyways, let's get into it. We got 2 copies of Kid and Killer, pretty much a staple in any red sort of aggro deck. We got 4 of the Nami Searchers, since we are running a lot of Straw Hat Crew cards. 2 copies of Rush Zoro, pretty similar to Kid and Killer, except he's a Straw Hat character. Then we have 2 copies of the Makino here. Makino, I think you could play, let's look at the other 2K counters for red here. I think you could play something else if you wanted to instead of the Makino. Like you could play Otama, you could play this Sanji, or you could play some other Straw Hat 2K counters like Brook or Jinbei. But I like Makino again because it is an activate main effect, so you can use this against Blackbeard. And sometimes, you know, it may come up where you have one of like your Nami Searchers on the board and you want to buff it up by 3,000 and turn this into a 5,000 power attacker. So sometimes its ability may come into effect, but most of the time it's just a 2K counter. Then we have 3 copies of Monkey D. Dragon. Again, just a really good rush card with the on-play effect to give a leader or character 2 rested Dawn cards, again synergizing really well with our leader ability. And then I did throw in 1 Goldie Roger. If you watched in my last video, I had 4 copies of Dragon, and I was saying I want to put in 1 copy of Goldie Roger. Yeah, I think it makes sense to have this guy, at least a 1 of. You could maybe do a 2 of, but he's a 10 cost, 13,000 power rusher. Just insane, just a very, very game finishing card, right? And he has a win condition built into the card. When your opponent activates a blocker, if you or your opponent have 0 life, you win the game. So yeah, I think just fits this deck really well, just being able to close out the game if your opponent has a lot of blockers on board with no life. We got 4 copies of the new Sanji from OP10. This card is insanely good in any red deck. It's a 6,000 power attacker, and then on KO draws a card, plus it has a 1K counter. Then from OP10 as well, we have 4 of these Tony Choppers. He's a blocker and a 2K counter, and on your opponent's turn, he's going to have plus 2,000 power. So again, this is another one of those cards that can fit in just about any red deck, but since we are mostly Straw Hat Crew with this deck, we can search for these cards as well. Then we have 4 copies of this 2-cost Sanji from ST01. Dawn ×2, this character gains rush. You can see how this works with our leader very effectively. We give 1 Dawn to our leader, who will then give 2 rested Dawn to the Sanji, and he'll become a 6,000 power 2-cost rusher, which is very nice. Then we have 4 copies of the ST01 Nami. Just activate main, give it to Arrested Dawn to your leader, one of your characters. Again, really good just for activating our leader ability. 2 copies of ST21 Luffy. This is the Rush unblockable Luffy, just another good card to go in any red deck. 4 copies of ST21 Sanji. This is the 2K counter card, but he does act sort of like a Diable Jambe as well. On play, choose up to one of your Straw Hat Crew type characters with a power of 6,000 or more. During this turn, your opponent may not activate blocker when that character attacks. So really flexible card, can act as an unblockable sort of event, but also a 2K counter as well. And then we got 4 copies of this Luffy from ST21. This is probably one of the best cards in the deck. 5 cost, 6,000 power with Rush. When attacking, give your leader or up to one of your characters 1 Rested Dawn card. Again, synergizing with our leader, right? You can give that Dawn to the leader, or you can give it to himself, making him a 7,000 power rusher, which is very nice. And then we have 4 copies of the Zoro from ST21. He costs 4, 5,000 power, 1K counter. Dawn times 2, this character gains Rush. So again, using your leader effect, give Zoro 2 Rested Dawn. He becomes a 7K power rusher. And then on KO, you may play a red character with 6,000 base power or below, other than Zoro from your hand. So we have a lot of characters that are 6,000 power or less, and it can be any red character. It doesn't have to just be Straw Hat, so you can play something like Kid and Killer. You just can't play another Zoro from hand, like you can't play the 3-cost Zoro, but you can play like Kid and Killer. You can play this Sanji, you can play Luffy, you could play this Rush Luffy, so this card is insanely good as well. We have 2 copies of Bad Manners Kick Course, since we do run a decent number of bricks in this deck, just to kind of, you know, just to help filter out our hand a little bit and give us some counter power. If you watched the last video, I was running 3 copies of Gum Gum Mulgun and 1 copy of Divine Departure. I still like this card, but I think it is kind of expensive in our deck, what we're trying to do. Essentially, you pay 6 Dawn to KO an 8K or less, or you can use it as a counter as well, right? Giving your leader plus 3,000 power for only 1 Dawn. So, I mean, this card is still really good, but I just really like the Gum Gum Mulgun since it is really flexible, being able to subtract power from our opponent's characters, and then we can KO them, or you can split it up amongst 2 different characters, right? Like you can give minus 5,000 power to one character and then KO like another one of your opponent's chump blockers. So that's why I like Gum Gum Mulgun, but I think you could put in Divine Departure still if you really wanted to. And then Gum Gum Mulgun is Straw Hat Crew, of course, so it is searchable by Nami. So again, that's the deck real quick. If you want to watch a more detailed, in-depth breakdown of every card, I'll leave a link to the other video in the description of this video. But without further ado, let's try and get some good matchups here. Okay, so here we go. We are going up against a purple black Luffy. I typically want to go first, but they chose to go first here. I kept this hand. It's not bad because I usually like starting off with either this Nami or the Searcher Nami, and we got 2 of them, which is kind of nice. So I'm actually just going to go ahead, play both of them out here. Might as well use all of our Dawn. And then we also like to look for that Sanji that gets rushed with the 2 Dawn as well. So he went and played the Zoro. He's going to attack for 7K here. We don't have a blocker. I don't want to counter out of this because I don't really want to use the Zoro for counter. So we'll just go ahead. We'll take the early hit there. And let's see. What do we got here? So we got 4 Dawn. So here, I think actually playing the Zoro out is probably good. And then if this gets KO'd, we can play out either Chopper or Sanji. We want to play out this Zoro first. That way we have our Rested Dawn to work with, right? So what we're going to do is I'm going to go give a Rested to leader with Nami, use my other Nami, and then we're going to use leader effect to give the 2 to the Zoro. And now we got 2 7K attackers. So a very aggressive start for us, right? He's going to take that first one. We go 7K again. He's got 6 cards in hand. Let's see if he wants to take this or counter out of it. Okay, so he does counter out of it. Gives us 2 cards, actually, a 2K and a 1K. We'll go ahead and end our turn there. So 2 cards. I will gladly take 2 cards out of your hand, my good man. Okay, so now he's going to go 5K Zoro into my Zoro, which is fine. We will take that KO. because we do not mind if he gets KO'd. We can activate his effect. I'm going to go ahead and we'll play out this Sanji here. And again, if this Sanji gets KO'd, we just draw a card, so we don't really mind if it gets KO'd, right? Okay, now he is going to attack into me 5k. I'd rather not give him a 2k counter, so we'll go ahead and take the life. I actually don't like taking this much life this early on in the game, but it is what it is. And let's see. So he's got the secret rare Luffy. Once per turn, this character cannot be KO'd by your opponent's effects. So I could have potentially KO'd him with the Gum Gum Mole Gun, but we cannot do that here. So he only has 4 cards in hand. He's got 3 life. I think we want to start attacking into the Zoro, start attacking the board, and then we can start working on his life. So we have 6 Dawn to work with. And let's see, I'm kind of thinking, how do we want to divvy up our Dawn here, right? So we got another one of these Zoros. I think I'm going to play this. I'm going to give 1 rested to my leader with the Nami effect. I'm going to use leader effect to give 2 to this Zoro. And we're going to go 7 into 5 here on his Zoro again. If you don't know, if maybe you're like a newer player, 7,000 into 5,000 power, or really just 2,000 power above whatever you're attacking into, is going to force 2 cards out of your opponent because they need to give you a 2k and a 1k to get out of it. So usually when you're attacking, you want to try, if you're trying to get rid of something or trying to take life, you want to try and be at least 2k above whatever you're attacking into. And now we got some more Dawn to work with here. We still have the other Nami to trigger, so I'm gonna do this, and again we're gonna go 7 into 5 here. So either he takes it or gives us 2 cards. He goes ahead, he's gonna go ahead and take that one here, and now we have 2 active to work with here. I'm just gonna go ahead, attach it to my Sanji, and we're gonna go 8 into 5 here. So he's gonna need 2 2ks or take it, but he does opt to take the hit. So now he kind of has a big hand here, right? 7 cards in hand, pretty healthy hand, 8 Dawn. Plus he has this guy, which this can trash a card from my hand actually, which will be pretty annoying. Okay, so now he's got the Frankie blocker, Dawn -2, trash 1, draw 2. But we can get around this blocker if we need to with this Sanji. We can also KO it with the Gum Gum Mole Gun as well. Okay, so he's gonna attach 1 to Luffy, and he's attacking into the Sanji. Okay, we don't care. We will take a card. Absolutely, you can have that Sanji. Now we're probably gonna trash a card from hand when he attacks with this guy, but that's fine. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Okay, so now he is going 10 into my Zoro. We have to select a card to trash. I'm gonna go ahead and trash this Zoro because I can't play it off the KO effect anyways. So we'll trash the Zoro. 10 into 5. Yeah, we're taking that, right? And now we can play out a 6,000 power or less. This Luffy is usually the best character that we can play off of this Zoro. This character is a 4 cost and it replaces itself for a 5 cost. So pretty nuts, right? So now we are at our 8 Dawn turn. He has 7 cards in hand, so I don't think I want to go for game right away. I think I want to get rid of this Luffy, right? Because this guy he's gonna be a problem. I could Gum Gum Mole Gun to bring it down. That actually could be good, right? Okay, I think, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We're gonna Gum Gum Mole Gun, so we're gonna do -5,000, and now he can't be KO'd though because his effect, right? So he can't be KO'd, but he's at 2,000 power now. So essentially, he's pretty much dead at this point, right? So we can attack into him with just about anything. I mean, we can attack into him with this Luffy, but he does have the blocker, the 5,000 power blocker. So I think I'm actually gonna do this. Let's do this. Let's attach a couple Dawn here. We'll go 7 into 2, but if he wants to block with the Frankie, he has to give us 2 cards, right? So he does block with the Frankie. Okay, so now 5 cards in hand. So now we have options as to what we can attack into, right? I could even attack with these Namis into him, and I think that might actually be what I want to do here, honestly. So we're gonna go 2 into 2 here. And does he want to save it? He has 1 Dawn open, so he could be playing Gum Gum Giant, right? I believe that's the counter event that gives you like plus 4,000 power. Oh, he gives us a 2k counter. Okay, so here, to me, he's signaling he doesn't have a 1k counter. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go 2 into 2 again. And we're just going to be taking cards out of his hand. Yeah, either he gives us this card. Oh, and there goes. Okay, so that card is gone. And now we just want to take out this Frankie. So let's see. We got... Yeah, we still have a bunch of Dawn to work with. Maybe I could have spread out my Dawn a little bit better here, but we'll just do this. We're just gonna go all in on this Frankie here, 10 to 5. We just want to clear his board. End turn, back to you, buddy. And I think next turn we may be able to go for game. If this Luffy survives on the board, we could maybe attack with this Luffy plus leader plus the dragon as well, right? So we potentially could go for game this next turn. Okay, so he's going to play the 9-cost Rush Luffy. Now he's going to attack into my Rush Luffy. I could give him... Yeah, no, I don't want to give him 3 2Ks, so no, we're gonna take that. That's fine. He's gonna go 5 into one of my Namis. That's fine. Honestly, like later in the game, like these Namis are very good early on, but the later you go into the game, they don't get as much value, to be honest. So like later in the game, that's fine. Like you can have those, right? So he's got 5 cards in hand, 2 open Dawn, and then a 10k attacker. I think at this point we just ignored this guy. I think we just start going for game now. We start going for face. So we can do a couple different things. I have Dragon, I have Zoro, but I can't play Dragon and Zoro in the same turn, right? I could do like Zoro plus Chopper Blocker, but I think we might just want to start going for game here with the Dragon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play out the Dragon. We're going to give 2 rested to our leader. I'm going to go give 1 rested to leader again with the Nami effect. And then I'm going to attach my last 2 active. And this is going to put my leader to 10k. So this is going to be a big swing right here. He's got 6 cards in hand, 2 open Dawn. We give 2 rested to Dragon. So 11 to leader. Either he can counter out of it or he can't. So this is it right here. He's got 2 open Dawn, and he does not have it. He was bluffing with the open Dawn the entire time. I thought he had the Gum Gum Giant, but he was just bluffing. So he only had 2k counter in hand. So yeah, we absolutely just destroyed this guy. So let's try, let's get another game going. Okay, so this is interesting. We're going against Red Purple Luffy, fellow Luffy enjoyer. We are going second here. This hand, you know what? This hand's not terrible. I'm going to keep it. Like, yes, I do like... Okay, we got the Searcher Nami. I was going to say, I like starting off with the Searcher Nami, but we actually drew into it. So this is actually a really good starting hand now. We can't draw the other Nami off of Nami, so we want... let's get the Sanji. Sanji's really good, right? So we'll get the Sanji. We have one Dawn remaining. We could just leave it open there. But yeah, now what we can do is we can activate this Sanji blocker next turn, and he's just going 9 into 5 right off the bat. I think I'll just go ahead and take that, right? That's a lot. So we got our Dawn. Oh, and we got this Nami as well. Oh yeah, this is really good. So I'm gonna play this Nami, activate effect, give 1 to my leader here, and then we are going to I'm just gonna attack first with my leader for 6k. I like to attack before I play out any characters if I can help it, right? Just giving my opponent less information is always going to be better. He's going to take that. 7 cards in hand, deciding whether or not to pull a trigger. No trigger. So now we can play our Sanji, activate leader effect, give him 2 rested, give him the last active, and now he's a 7k with rush. So now he needs a 2k to get out of this. And he does give us the Usohachi, so we'll go ahead pass our turn there. Okay, so now he's going to play the Miss All Sunday. Okay, Miss All Sunday, and then ramp a Dawn, draw a card. 6 and a 4, you can have that. The thing with this guy, with this Sanji, is like he's a 6k attacker, but then he's a 4k back on your turn. If he gets 1 attack in, and if they KO it like the next turn, like that's fine. Like he did his job, right? Like his job is just to be a 6k attacker. Like he did his job. You want to take out this Sanji, that's fine. Look at all these other characters I have in hand, right? Like I'm not too sad about it. So now I think we want to play out this Zoro, because now what we can do, let's give arrested to our leader. And this is something I like to do sort of like at the beginning of my turn, every turn, is to give arrested Dawn to my leader with the Nami effect, just so, you know, just so I have that 1 Dawn set aside to my leader, right? You want to have a Dawn on this leader pretty much every turn if you can help it. And then we are going to give 2 rested to our Zoro. And then what else do we want to do here? We have 2 Dawn left to work with. I could play out this Sanji, but then I can't give him rush. So let's do this. Let's attack for 7 with our leader. We'll go 7 into 6. He's going to give us a 2k counter, and we'll attach this last one here. We'll go 8 into 6. So now he's going to give us 2 cards. Oh, and he takes it right away. He just said, yeah, I'm taking that. Okay, so now he's at 8 Dawn. He activates leader effect to go to 9 Dawn, 8 cards in hand. So this is where things get a little bit scary for us. He's gonna go 5 into 5 on my leader. I could counter out of that with one of my Sanjis. I don't really like using these for counter because I want to play them on board, right? But 5 into 5, I mean, I'll give him the 1k there because I got 2 of these in hand. You know, it's fine. And now he's gonna go 6 into 5. We can give him a 2k here. So we'll go 2k. That's fine. And here comes the big mom. So he's gonna heal 1, and then he's gonna get rid of my Zoro. Well, not necessarily KO it, but he's putting it in my life, on the bottom of my life. So that's actually a really good way to get rid of my Zoro without activating its on KO effect, right? Okay, and now from here, we want to start attacking into this Miss All Sunday first. We want to start getting rid of this character and then go for face. So we have a couple different ways we can go about it. We have 8 Dawn to work with, right? So I can do Luffy plus Sanji, that's 8 Dawn, or I could do Sanji, Zoro, other Sanji. That could work as well. No, but I kind of need to divvy up my Dawn a little bit better, right? So I'm gonna do this. Let's go Monkey D. Luffy here, and then I'm gonna give 1 rested to my leader. We're gonna go 2 rested to Luffy, and let's attack into. Do I want to attack into the leader first or Miss All Sunday first? It's kind of weird. I usually like to attack from like least to greatest, right? So I want to attack with my leader first because he's at 6k. This Luffy is at 8k, but I kind of need to attack with him first because he will provide a rested Dawn. Unless I play this Zoro, I could do that as well, right? So we could do it a couple different ways. Okay, let's do this. Let's attack into Miss All Sunday. We'll go 6 into 5. Oh, and he's just gonna take it. Okay, he's just gonna go ahead and take it. So now I guess we could play out the Sanji or the Zoro. I think I'll play out this this Sanji, but let's attack with this Luffy first. So let's go here. Oh, actually, you know what I could do too is I could attack with this guy, give it rested. There's a lot of different ways I could go about it, right? I could play this Sanji, I could play this Zoro, I could play this Sanji. Let's just do this. Let's do that. We'll give it rested to our Luffy. So 9 into 6, he's gonna take that. And then we'll play this Sanji. So I think now we need to start protecting our board now. But if he goes 9 into 6, this is dead, right? I think actually you can have it. You can have it because we actually need some cards now. So if he starts attacking into my life, that's actually what we want. I think he wants to. He might just try and starve me and not give me any cards, right? So he plays a Rosinante. He's gonna trash. It's to die for. 8 cards in hand. That is a lot of cards. Okay, so he's going 9 to 5. Yeah, we'll absolutely take that. We actually do not mind that because we need some cards. Now he's got Queen, a 6K blocker. Now he's got a really big hand here, 9 cards. I don't think there's a way for me to deal with big hand sizes, like for example, like blue has like pudding, or some other colors may have some where it's like forces your opponent to trash a card, right? I don't think we have anything in this deck, so yeah, I think we just gotta start attacking face at this point, because I don't want to attack into this Lin for 9K. I'd rather attack into the 6K leader. We got a lot of things to work with here. I could do like Kid and Killer plus this Rush Zoro plus this Sanji. I think I'll hold on to this Nami. Yeah, we got a lot we can do. Okay, so before we do anything, let's kind of just start like poking, right? Let's start testing our opponent. So we're gonna attack for 6 with this Sanji, and let's see what he does. He got 3 open Dawn. He also has a blocker Queen. He's gonna give us a 1K, Mr. 2. Okay. Let's go ahead and play out the Sanji. Activate Nami. Give 1 to our leader. We need more rested Dawn though to activate our leader effect, right? So let's go. Or maybe I should attack first, right? Let's attack first. Let's attack first. We'll poke again for 6. It's going to give us a 1K. Okay, so we're just trying to get cards out of his hand at this point. I'm going to play the Zoro. I'm going to activate leader effect onto Sanji. We're going to go 6K into 6K. Again, we're just poking here. Trying to get cards out of hand. Okay, and he takes the damage. So he's got no life. So now he's actually in a really dangerous position here. I'm not going to try and go for a game though, because he has 7 cards in hand. So that is a lot of counter power, I'm sure, with 3 open Dawn. So now what can we do? We can do... I still have a couple more attacks, right? We can attack with the Zoro, and then we have the Kid and Killer as well. So let's do this. Let's do 1 onto Zoro. And again, we're just poking here for 6. Again, gives us a 1K counter. We got 4 Dawn left. I'm gonna go ahead and play out Kid and Killer. We got to replace the character. I'm gonna replace the Searcher Nami. It's fine. And I'm making sure I use all my leader abilities, because sometimes I forget to activate Nami or my leader ability, but it looks like I did use them. So now we're gonna go 7 into 6. We need a 2K counter here. And he does play the Gum Gum Giant. So that was his first Gum Gum Giant. 6 cards in hand. And we'll go ahead and end our turn there. So that was a pretty good turn for us. We have a full board. We got 4 life. I mean, we're looking pretty good here. I mean, yeah, he's gonna attack into my board right here, right? And take out like all my attackers, but I think that's fine, honestly. We have Sanji to give something unblockable. You want to take that Sanji, that's fine. You want to take this Sanji? Sure, I'll draw a card. We got a Makino. You want to take Kid and Killer? Yeah, we can't. Well, I could counter out of it, but I have to give him all my cards from hand. Don't want to do that. No. So, sure. And if you want to attack with Queen, sure, you can attack with Queen. That'll take out the blocker, right? Oh, here comes another Lin. Ooh, so he's going to heal again. Okay, so he's going to heal. And my other Zoro is at the bottom of my life. Okay. Okay, this guy's playing pretty well. This guy is playing pretty well. I'm not going to lie. This is a good back and forth matchup. Let's play Searcher Nami. Let's look for something here. Ooh, we're going to bottom deck the Roger. That sucks. Roger would have been really good here. What do we want to look for? We can either get the Chopper, the Gum Mole Gun. Gum Mole Gun might actually be good here, but I don't know. We need an attacker as well, right? Yeah, Gum Mole Gun's actually not doing anything because we need a 6,000 power warned character to activate its effect. Well, I mean, I guess we still could do it, right? Yeah, I'll just grab it. I'll just grab it. So let's do that. We might even have to use Makino here to buff up the Nami, right? Okay, let's do... Oh, man, this is kind of a weird sort of spot my opponent has put me in. So I think I'm going to play out the Makino. We're going to play out the Makino. We are going to do this. That buffs to 4K. I'm going to play out this other Nami. We're going to do this. We're going to give 2 rested to this Nami. So, okay, so now this Nami's at 6K, right? So now we can KO the Queen. Yeah, I think we want to KO the Queen. So let's do that. KO Queen. And now they got no blockers. So this Nami is a 6K into 6K. But I might actually even want to tack into this this Rosinante. This Rosinante is kind of a problem as well. Gum Giant, I think it only buffs your leader, right? Oh, it's leader or character. So, let's activate this other Nami. So we'll do this. So our Luffy's at 7, 8, 9, 10. 10K. I think we just go for game at this point. He's probably gonna be able to counter out of it, but he has to counter out of it, right? Or he loses. So we just go for face here. It does have another Gum Giant. Trashes the Rayleigh. He still needs something else to get out of it. Okay, Zoro Juro. And now he is back to 0 health. I kind of wish we had that Roger. That Roger would have just won the game for us, but we bottom decked it, unfortunately. That's the one downside to having only 1 copy of Roger in this deck. You might just bottom deck it and never see it again. Okay, our opponent goes 6 into 0. Sure, go ahead, take Makino. We're going to go 9 into 1. Sure, go ahead, take that. So now it looks like he's just trying to clear my board. Attack into my leader. Yep, we want the card, actually. Kid and Killer, that's a great card to pull off of life. We got 4 life right now. Yeah, I think we can win this. Unless he has another Charlotte Lin, like that might screw us over. Okay, he's got another, he's got a Sanji blocker here. We do have Diable Jambe essentially in our Sanji though, but we can't use this on Kid and Killer. It has to be Straw Hat Crew character. Okay, draw a card. Oh, we get another one of these Sanjis. I guess technically I could buff up the Nami, right? Right, we could do that. We technically could do that. Okay, let's do this first. I'm gonna go Kid and Killer. Let's go Kid and Killer. That way I have some rested Dawn to work with. Still attach 1 to my leader. And then Kid and Killer is gonna attack for 7K. I'm gonna give him 1. That way he will go to 8k. We go 8 over the 2 here. So we'll go 8 into 6. He's got 6 active Dawn though, so definitely has some events in hand. Or not, just 2k. 2k, oh, wait, hold on. No, he gave us 2 2ks. Okay, so he might not even have any 1ks in hand, right? So that's kind of interesting. That is kind of interesting. So let's do that. Let's go ahead and poke then. We'll go ahead and poke for 6. 3 cards in hand, plus a blocker. Gives us a 2k, so he's got no 1ks in hand. And now, I think we activate this Sanji, dude. I think this might be the play here. Because we can do leader effect, give 2 rested to this Nami, right? It goes to 4k. And then I have 3 Dawn, buff it up to 7. Sanji, unblockable. I mean, I guess let's try it. Let's try it. He has to give us something to get out of it, right? So he has to give us something, essentially. So we'll do that. Then we'll do this. Unblockable Searcher Nami for 7k. So he has to give us a 2k or a counter. Or, I mean, an event, more specifically. Oh, and he had nothing. He was bluffing. He was bluffing. Oh, man, GG. That was that was an insanely good game. Shout out to my opponent. They played this insanely well. They drew this out as long as they possibly could, but we just, man, that was a really, really good game. Okay, so we're going up against Blackbeard. Typically, I like to go first with this deck, but I think against Blackbeard, we actually want to go second because they want to play that 10 cost teach on curve, so we're going to take that away from them, right? My deck does better going first, but I think it does fine going second as well. And then we got 2 Dawn to work with. I'm going to go ahead and play out these the rested Dawn Namis. They could get KO'd by like .Q or something, but I'm just gonna play him out just because. So there is a Vasco shot. He's gonna attack for 5 here. We'll go ahead and just take that. We only got 2k counters in hand. I don't want to give him a 2k, so we'll do this. Okay, so now this is actually kind of good, right? So now we could do this on our 4 Dawn turn here. We can play this Zoro. I'm going to do Nami effect, give 2 to leader, and then give 2 to Zoro. So now we got 2 7k swings this turn, which is actually really nice. Just on our second turn, right? So that hit goes through. Attack again for 7, and that hit goes through as well. So I guess he just wants he just really wants card draw here. So we're gonna end our turn. They're gonna draw a card. They're at 8 cards, 5 Dawn. They have a blocker, and then if this Zoro gets KO'd, we can play out. Probably Chopper would be the best card to play out here if this guy gets KO'd here. Ooh, so he's gonna do Liberation to get rid of my Zoro, which is actually really a really good card against my Zoro because it negates the effects, right? So he doesn't get the on KO ability. So he's gonna go 5 into 5. I'll give him the 1k counter. Yeah, I don't think we need that. We already have 2 Namis on the board, so I think we're good there. Okay, and now we got 6 Dawn to work with. I think we could play this Chopper. We could play out this Sanji. The way the Dawn like kind of works though, like with the rested Dawn effects, is we want to use up all of our Dawn, which sometimes is not great because I want to play out this Chopper to have 4 rested Dawn. But then if I hit like a finger pistol in life or something, it gets KO'd, right? But I guess we're just going to go for it. We're going to go for it. So we're going to do this. We're going to give 1 to my leader. I'm going to do Sanji. We're going to do leader effect. Give 2 to Sanji, so 6k rush. He's going to go ahead and take that. Okay, and we have one more Nami to activate. So we'll attach 1 there, and then we're going to go 7 into 5. So we got him down to 2 life already. So we're rushing him down pretty quick, but it's intentional on his part. He's just wanting to get cards in hand, right? So now he's got 8 cards in hand. 9 cards, 7 Dawn, a pretty fat hand for Blackbeard, right? So pretty fat hand. He still has a blocker as well, although we do have the Diable Jambe Sanji, where we could just bypass the blocker. Okay, he's gonna play a Van Augur, which can do a -3. Oh, and then combination with the dot Q. Yeah, he's gonna KO my chopper here. Okay, that's fine. You can go ahead, take my chopper blocker. We're gonna want to get rid of this dot Q and get rid of Van Augur as well. He wants to take Sanji here. That's fine. You can have him. Okay, and now he activated his black hole ability, so no on play effects. This hand is not that great, honestly. We do have the dragon, but he has no on play, which really sucks. I mean, he's still good, right? But no on play effects. Yeah, this kind of sucks here. I think I'll just play it out anyways. Yeah, we'll just do it anyways. I'll do arrested here. Leader effect. Give 2 rested to dragon. I'll go 11 into 6. And I'm just trying to clear the board here. I mean, maybe I could have just gone for face, right? Because I'm pretty sure he's gonna take this. 11 into 6. I mean, maybe I could have just went for face there as well. So maybe that is a slight misplay on my part also. And I'm gonna go 1 into 0 here. Well, actually, he does have the Vasco shot blocker, right? So we can do attach arrested here. We can do this. Let's go 2 into 0 because of the Vasco shot blocker. So we'll go 2 into 0 into the dot Q. Oh, but I guess I forgot. He does have the blocker. So even if I attacked face with dragon, he still could have blocked it anyways, right? So I actually think attacking the Van Augur was fine now that I think back on it. And I'm going to attack with the Nami here, actually. We're going to go 1 into 0 here into the dot Q. If these Namis die, like, that's fine, you know. Okay, and now we have a 6k attacker, and I'm just trying to clear his board now at this point. He has a lot of cards in hand, so we'll just attack into the Vasco shot here. 6 into 2. Pretty sure he will take this one. If he doesn't, he's crazy. Yeah, so he'll take it, and we'll go ahead and end our turn there. Wow, and my opponent just quit, so ending a little bit prematurely there, but yeah, I think we were doing everything right. I mean, we took a second away from him, right? You can see he did have the teach in hand here. They like to go second so they can play this on curve. He never got the Burgess down. I think he did trash one. Yeah, he did trash one. I mean, I think they played well, but I think just going first as Blackbeard really hurts them. So I think you do want to go second against Blackbeard. I mean, my hand wasn't great either, but I was kind of playing with what I could, right? And just going for board. That's kind of what you want to do against Blackbeard, is just go for board, go wide, and just take out all these little guys, right? Take away all the value from him. So that's it. Ended a little bit prematurely. Apologize for that, but this is like my 3rd attempt at recording a Blackbeard game, just because people like leave early, you know. So we'll have to make do with this game for now. All right, so that's it. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate you all. Let me know what you think about the deck list. Again, I'm gonna leave a link to my other video where I talked about this deck a little bit more in depth, and I'll leave a link down to the deck list as well from Cardi Kaizoku's deck builder. So if you just want to like copy and paste it and import it into the sim, you can do that. This deck is a lot of fun. I really enjoy playing it. I think this is probably like this is gonna be like my go-to deck at the moment. I'm one of those people that kind of likes to play something different every week. So at locals this coming week, I'm probably gonna play Usopp maybe, but this is kind of like my go-to deck right now. Like if I need something, you know, I'm feel confident with, this is my go-to deck. Anyways, thanks for watching once again. This video is probably way longer than I anticipated it being, but appreciate all the feedback and support, and let me know what other decks you might want to see me cover. I will say I don't really play a whole lot of black or green in this game. I play or yellow. I mainly play like red, blue, and a little bit of purple. So I feel like red and blue are kind of my main colors in this game. But yeah, let me know what other One Piece TCG videos you guys want to see from me. And thanks for watching once more. I'll see you all in the next one. Later.